All right, guys, we're back with another top selling non-sports video. We're going to be taking a look at the top sales of cards for May 2025 on eBay. The only rules, cards have to be earlier than 2000, no duplicates are allowed, and graded and raw cards are okay. So with these out of the way, let's take a look at our list. We're going to start off with 1940 Superman. There's a ton of these in this video, so if you're a Superman fan, you're going to enjoy this quite a bit. This is number 17, him lifting a card on the Speedway. And this one in a PSA 6 grade sold for $900. Another Superman over here doing some archery, and looks like he is stopping someone from getting hit. Card number 58 in a PSA 5. This also sold for $900. In the number 23 spot, we have the 1966 Batman, a card people always call rookie, but there's so many earlier Batman cards out there. This copy over here sold for $915. There's 4 different versions, I believe, of the 1966 Batman like this with the red background. Up in the number 22 spot, we have card number 54, Rescue from the Flames, in a SGC 5. This copy over here sold for $950. We have a Leonardo da Vinci from 1899 Stolwork in a 3.5 grade. These have risen up a lot in price, but they've also gone down quite a bit. This is a nice looking 3.5 in my opinion. I think in my personal collection I have a 3.5. It does not look as nice as this copy over here. Regardless, this sold for $975. One of his few cards back in the 1800s. We have a Sylvester Stallone from Rocky 2 autograph. Now, one thing to mention is a lot of these will be labeled as trading cards, but this is a legitimate card from 1979. There was no Rocky original cards. The first cards that were printed was in Rocky 2. It sold for $999.99. I also believe Stallone doesn't allowed to sign, or he's not allowed to sign cards anymore due to his agent, which is kind of a shame, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I just remember from a private signing I heard about on social media. Number 19, we have Marvel Masterpieces Silver Surfer versus Thanos, card number 2D. This copy over here in a 10 sold for $1,100. And like a lot of the Marvel stuff in the 90s, huge drop off if you go from a 9 or from a 10 to a 9. We have a Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in a PSA 7, a classic card, but a lot of these have gone down because more and more are getting graded. It's not a super scarce card to find overseas. They are drying up a bit, but regardless, they are out there if you want to search for it. And I think it is a classic card in non-sports. Up in our number 17 spot, we have Danger at the Carnival, card number 49, again from 1940 Superman. This time it's graded a 5.5. Looks like there's some roller marks on the card, but the corners are really, really nice on this copy. It sold for $1,150. Number 16, we have the Three Stooges, Mo, the second most popular card in the set, card number 2 for a reason, right? This one over here sold for $1,200. Up in the number 15 spot, from 1989 Marvel, we have Venom from the Todd McFarlane collection. So this copy over here sold for $1,400. Number 14, we have another 1959 Three Stooges, this time in a PSA 10. There's a lot of set registry collectors for the set, so they do pay up quite a bit for 10s. Beyond just the first 3 cards in the set in the checklist. This copy over here sold for $1,400. 1991 Marvel Universe Doctor Doom hologram, which holograms tend to be very, very tough to gem. This copy over here sold for $1,419. Number 12, we have a 1933 Sea Raiders. Now, there's a bunch of different versions of Sea Raiders depending on the back on that side of things. This copy over here was graded in a PSA 8, which is a very nice grade for the set. Although it is a bit, it does have some centering issues, right? You can see top to bottom on that. I don't know if I get an 8 today, but the corners look razor sharp. It's a super popular set among people trying to get into non-sports cards because of the Blackbeard, which we've featured here on the channel numerous times. Regardless, this copy over here is sold for $1,490. Up in the number 11 spot, the second most expensive card in the 1940 Superman set. This is Torpedo, the last card in the set. and this copy sold for $2,079. I believe it's the last 12 cards in the set are tougher to find in. So typically you'll find them in a bit of a premium, with card number 72 going for, I believe, about a third of the price compared to number 1, third to a half. It just depends on the condition of the card, right? Before we jump into our top 10, I always like going through some honorable mentions with you guys. Up first, though, I do want to say this video is sponsored by Check Out My Cards. I have a full series here on the channel showing you how I built up my COMC store. I buy a ton of non-sports cards on there for my own personal collection. Bought some music cards. I've also bought some historical figures, even graded some non-sports cards on there. So check out COMC. The link to my COMC portfolio is going to be linked down below. I have a ton of non-sports cards for sale, ranging from the 1800s through today. And I am willing to work on deals with you if you try to grab some cards. It's also a great marketplace to sell. Like I said, buy, sell on there. I love the platform. I appreciate COMC for sponsoring this video. And also I have some COMC tips and trick videos coming out soon for you guys. Also, I do have a non-sports Facebook group. I think we're like close to 3,000 members now if you want to join that here on Facebook. Lot of really awesome collectors in there. All right, we're going to jump into some honorable mentions. Let's do that right now. So we're going to start off with another Superman. This is card number 32. Forgot to put in the title, so I apologize for you guys. This is graded a 4. It sold for $250, which seems a little cheap. We have this one over here, which is an A65 Rescue at the Bank. $350 on this copy. We have card number 2 in the set. This one over here sold for $400 in a 6. This was interesting. This card has been tried to sell many times, and this one with paper loss sold for $480. I mean, this is the cheapest entry you're going to get in for an N76 George Washington. A few years ago, you could have gotten a nice copy of these, but they've skyrocketed. The N76s aren't super easy to attain. Obviously, there's a few sales every single year of these cards, but it's not like a 52 mantle where one sells every single week. Beyond the paper loss on the front, which is pretty obvious, it's not a bad looking card in comparison to some other ones. It looks like there's a crease on it in that, but still a very strong sale for the Washington. Just give you a comparison, I believe a 4 now, and this card is anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. Snoop Dogg 1995 Panini Smash Hits autograph. I want to say this has been featured on the channel like 2 or 3 times right now. I don't know historically what the prices are looking like, but this copy over here sold for $650. Stonewall Jackson from N78. This might be the first time we featured a Stonewall Jackson card here on the channel. Very popular general from the South. He does have other cards out there, but this one in particular sold for $675. Probably the second most famous general from the South, in my opinion. We have Superman card number 53 in a PSA 4. This copy over here sold for $700. The Girl Reporter. 1989 Rotten to the Core Donald Trump. Told a lot of people these cards are going to go down after the election, and this copy over here sold for $800. Election season, these were going for about $1,500, $1,400. A lot of sales on that side of things, but they are dwindling down. Remember, just like modern sports cards, right? There's going to be a lot of hype on non-sports side of things if people are still alive. So if there's an event or anything like that that factors into a living subject or someone that just passed away, right, that is going to impact their market quite a bit. So if they're in the news all the time, sell the card. You can probably buy it back unless it's a super rare card. Superman over here, card number 52 in a PSA 5. This one sold for $800. We have Portrait of Famous Stars from 1935 Gallagher 48 card set, number 2 on the registry. This one sold for $935, essentially less than $20 a card. We have a 1966. Oh, and what I should say is these are not hard to find overseas, just to give you that information. Like, these are super cheap cards. 1966 Topps Lost in Space. This is a wax pack rated by GAI as a 9.5. This sold for $1,440. Up next, Stars of the Screen, another 48 card set, number 3 on the registry. And again, not tough to find overseas. This one sold for $1,300. Now let's jump into our top 10. We're going to start off with Blasted Billy. A few different versions of this 1985 card out there, including versions that were printed significantly later, and today it's a super popular Garbage Pail Kids card. This one sold for $2,087. Up next, we have a novelty Pandal no coupon card, 24.65. These sell a lot, but I've never seen this sell in a 5. We have an A and BC Batman the Catwoman in a PSA 10 grade. Ton of set collectors out there for the normal set. ABC was distributed in Europe, so not as many for that, but they are significantly rare to find. $24.99. There's also a few different versions of this card, just depending on the back. Another one, number 13. This actually has the fan club back, so if you turn it over, you'll see the fan club on that. And fan club goes for a little bit more, but this 10 over here also sold for $24.99. Number 6 spot, we have a Ben Kenobi from 1977 Star Wars, and this sold for $2,500. We have a 1977 Harrison Ford Star Wars autograph in a BGS 10. This copy over here sold for $2,650. Another one over here at Kenobi. This one sold for $2,799. An autograph down below right over here. Again, I'm not sure why they labeled this as a trading card. This was from Top Star Wars Galaxy. Evil Eddie in a 10. Card number 1B. This one sold for $3,950. In the number 2 spot, we have Superman in a SGC2 grade, sold by Probstein. Card number 1 in the set. Very generous with this 2 grade. Sold for $4,319, which seems a bit of a premium. And the top selling item is going to be this Princess Leia, sold by Check Out My Cards, the sponsor of this video. This one in a 10 sold for $10,850. Thanks guys for checking out this video. I'm going to put a playlist here that you guys should check out next of other non-sports videos I've published on the channel, and I will catch you guys in another video.